like to call the regular Cottrellville Township Board meeting to order today, Wednesday, November 11th, 2015. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll remain standing for a minute afterwards for a pause of silence on behalf of the veterans for today. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America. God bless the state of Michigan. God bless St. Clair County. God bless Cottrellville Township. Dear Lord, please guide this board to make the decisions on behalf of the residents of Cottrellville Township to the best of our ability. Please be seated. Angie, will you please, our new clerk, Angie Boyle, will please take attendance.
Mary Agnes.
Here.
Patty.
Here.
Matt.
Here.
Ken.
Here.
Angie. Here.
Okay, we have agenda additions and deletions. If we can add to new business, H, number 8, engineer's report. I forgot about him. Oh. Thanks. And then under 9, number 9, under that same H, new business, Tony Spedafori's list of things he wants for Parks and Rec. I'd like to discuss that. And also we're going to remove under the consent agenda E, number 2, the treasurer's report as of dated October 31st. We're going to withdraw that at this time, and we'll catch up next month. I need a motion to approve the additions.
I make a motion to delete.
In a second.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, let's go quickly through the consent agenda. We've got the Township Board meeting minutes, the regular meeting of October 14th, and a special meeting on October 22nd. Approval of paychecks. Approval of accounts payable, both opens and paid. Continuing education requests, there are none at this time. As far as correspondence, we didn't receive a report from the Marine City Fire Authority or the Ira Township fire runs. Is there any questions or discussion on any of that?
Where do these fit in? They don't, on the consent?
Not really, no. It's just something I wanted you to have.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Any questions? We need to entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as written.
I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda as written.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, in our open session, is there anyone that wants to address the board on any agenda items that we've discussed so far or anything that's on the agenda towards the end of the meeting? Okay, we'll continue. There's no unfinished business. The new business, item number 1 is the approval of the request for St. Clair County Parks and Recreation distribution for Cottrellville Township's share of the county millage. That's the application that I filled out to Parks and Rec. I sent it to them already up at the county. They've approved it as far as form and information. And we'll be getting our distribution probably in 4 to 6 weeks if we pass it tonight. Is there any questions or concerns about that? Go ahead.
One question, that line item number 10, it's a positive 9675 with an addition of the funds we'll receive from the county, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to entertain a motion for approving that 2015 request for local millage distribution. I'll make that motion. I need a second.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to approve that and to send it into the county so we can receive our money. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Okay, planning distribution, or no, planning commission update. Do you want to handle that, Mr. Chartier, or do we want the chairman from the planning
I
commission?
was not there for the last meeting, so I'm unaware.
Pat, can you give us anything that you want to update us on planning commission?
Basically, we're working on the review for the 5-year review for the master plan, and so we're in the process of that.
Please go to the people, so the people at home can hear you. Thank you.
Sorry, Pat, I should have told you that.
All we're working on right now is the review of the master plan. We're in the process of now reading the 2011 5-year review for the master plan, and when we get done with that, we'll be progressing. I have an outline of what steps we'll be taking. We've reviewed comments we want to make in the master plan, and then eventually we will have a joint board meeting with the planning commission. And then after we make any adjustments, it'll be sent to either the lawyer or to clear zoning planning. And then after that, we'll have a public hearing. So it's going to be a few months, yeah, in the making.
Very good, thank you. Zoning Board of Appeal update. I thought maybe Mr. Clausen was going to be here, so we'll have to put that off. Treasurer's update, you got anything you want to let us
Yes,
know you're
the
doing?
county, well, this is in reference to a county drain project that is scheduled to start in December. It's the Lester Bammel Drain. It starts Plank Road and goes past Shangri-La Trailer Park, and it is going to be a 15-year assessment, and it will be on the December tax bills for the people that are included in this special
Drainage
assessment
district.
in that, but it's a county project, so it's not anything that we're doing.
Okay, I was, on number 5, we're requesting permission to do a newsletter, township newsletter, in the December 1st winter tax bill to property owners. And Patty took care of this for us. She's got a price of around $300 to do a one-page newsletter that they will stick in the tax bill so that we can keep up with, you guys can keep up with everything that we're doing. Angie came up with a pretty good idea. Angie, you want to explain what your idea was?
Thank you, Mary Agnes. Well, what we're thinking is to collect the different email addresses from the residents of the township and start an email list. So we'll have this out at board meetings for everybody to sign up. Put your name and your email address down, and we'll start a list up. In the future, you guys will receive updates from the township, as well as possibly the newsletter, okay?
What we're trying to do is perhaps save postage if we do 4 of these a year. Right now, we're hoping to just do the 2 a year and keep them in the tax bills because we bill out twice. But if we want to do it like an extra 2 times, if we could do some of it and save postage of mailing it out, we'll do it much more by the internet through the email address, and it'll be easier for us to stay abreast of what's going on. If things happen, more quickly, if we have a special meeting or something, we'll put that out so that everyone's aware of what it is and what's going to be discussed.
I make a motion to accept the bid by Patty to put out the newsletter to go out with the taxes.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion carried. We're going to also in that newsletter put in an advertisement for volunteers. We're going to see if we can get some more people involved in what's going on in the township. For the Planning Commission, we're looking for people for Parks and Rec, the Historical Society, odds and ends such as decorating the hall for Christmas. I was talking to Tony about a Christmas tree lighting, possible spring cleanup for a crew for the cemetery, planting the flowers and the flower beds around the township hall and the park entrance, all as free labor. We'll see if we can get something in the newsletter and get a list going of people that want to do that kind of thing. The next thing is our pay rate for our deputy clerk. Patty, you know what Helen was paid when she was deputy clerk, right?
I do not.
No? Okay.
No.
I was told it was $15 an hour. That's what I made when I was deputy clerk. What we'd like to do is continue that for Mrs. Violet Paff, because she's our new deputy clerk. So if there's no problem with that, I'd like that in the form of a motion, please.
Are you talking about up to the amount of money that's in the budget for that position,
Yes.
but not to exceed?
Not to exceed at this point.
What are you gonna do when it gets to that point?
Well, then we have to either ask you for more money or we have to cut our hours.
Should have been covered in the budget.
Well, there is money covered in the budget. I'll make a motion that we maintain the same pay rate for the deputy clerk that we always had, up to and not exceeding the budget numbers.
I need a second to that, please.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second to implement the $15 per hour for the deputy clerk, Violet Paff, until such time as the budget for that amount is exhausted. All in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
It wasn't quite the way I worded it, is it? Not
Yes.
to exceed?
Not to
Not till
exceed.
it was exhausted, not to exceed.
Well, when it's out, it's out. When the money's gone, it's exhausted, right?
No, if it's not to exceed, no matter what, it does not exceed.
Okay.
So would you like to reword that?
Do you want to withdraw your second?
No, my second was to what Mr. Chartier said.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, do we want to revote then? All in favor of Kenny's wording exactly as he describes it?
Not to exceed.
All signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Engineers report.
Good evening. Congratulations and welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
I believe every board member received my report dated November 2nd via email. Just going to go over down the list and entertain any questions. The SAW grant, we still haven't got a revised bid. It still exceeds the amount been allocated by the grant. So we are talking to other municipalities to see if we can hire one contractor for 3 municipalities that we are currently working on, including Cottrellville, so we can get some savings in their bids. The other 2 municipalities are Lennox Township and Yale, and hopefully we could get an answer before the end of the year, and we'll report back to the board. The water system mapping, we haven't got any feedback yet. The board has our proposal. The asbestos removal, the project was closed out September 10th. We sent our letter for closeout. Review projects, the Verizon is under construction right now, I believe, the tower. And FiberTech, there was a special board meeting on October 22nd. They will submit some engineering information for us to look at, and it was approved by the board, so we can look over the engineering plans and make recommendation. It's a very simple project, small. The miscellaneous grants, we don't have any go-ahead on those yet from the board. And that's all we have this evening.
Any questions? Comments? Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, the supervisor's report. Oh, number 9, excuse me, Tony's Spetaforis, I hope that's the correct pronunciation from him. He supplied us with, or our clerk, with some ideas on things he wanted to purchase for the park. I think I'd like to set some of the stuff aside until spring now, but as far as some of these things, like the tree trimmers and the chainsaws, I think that those might be items that we don't really want. We want professionals with, when we're gonna trim stuff like that, so that nobody gets hurt and we don't have to have a problem with a comp claim of any kind. So if that's all right with you, we'll discuss this again in the spring, unless you wanna act on it now. I think we can get some of these things donated, so we don't have to spend the money. Okay. The supervisor's report was just an update on the Parks and Rec Halloween event in the Township Park. I was hoping Tony would be here. He was so excited about getting this put together, and there were so many people that showed up. There had to be over 400 people that came, kids and grandparents and aunts and uncles, and I only brought like 250 pieces of candy for that many children, and the guy next to me, I think he had 350. And he ran out too, so we were just, it was just amazing how many kids showed up for this thing, and everybody had a great time. And I want to thank all those people that participated in that trunk or treat. It was quite an event. And that's all I have. Anybody got anything else they want to ask about? Anything about public comments? Would you please approach the podium, please? Mrs. Pat Runyon.
I've been hammering the website for a long time. You might want to get that website going again. I had talked to one of the attorneys at MTA, and she said, as long as you have a presence on the internet, you need to post meetings on our website. Our presence is Minutes on Demand. That is a presence on the website, because you have to go through our website to go to Minutes on Demand. So we might want to just pull up our website and start utilizing it. There was a time that the Planning Commission and the Historical Society were utilizing it. I had no problem with, I had 3 people on the Planning Commission that were eager to put information on there, put our minutes and things like that. So it got closed, and there was a disclaimer. I think it should be a gentle disclaimer. And I did give them that disclaimer. That might be 2 of them on there now. And one of them was that we're a limited employee township, and that we'll do our best to, keep everything updated. But the special meetings, it would be nice to have them on there. And I think we really are obligated to have them on there, since we have a presence on the internet through Minutes on Demand. So, because you have to go through the website to get Minutes on Demand, and that's a presence. So you might want to talk to the attorney at MTA to clarify, but
Sure.
I think it was Catherine Malpit. So, all right, thanks.
Thank you, Pat. Anybody else from the audience? Then I guess we're done. I'm going to entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Adjourned. Thank you, everybody.